What's going on? You know what it is, and you know who it is. It's your girl, Rain. Oh, and today is TNT. It's Tried and Tested Tuesday. And, honey, listen, on Tuesday nights, you all don't really understand what happens. Tuesdays are the days that I get to spend some quality time with my mother's side of the family in prayer, and we have a lot of family fun and shenanigans going on, but we actually get to spend time praying for others, praying for our family, and getting to spend time with God as a family. It is known all over the world in Christendom, shall I say, a family that prays together stays together, and I look forward to that time with my family every Tuesday, unless it's a special occasion and we change the date. But on Tuesdays, that's what I do before I come and spend time with you. So I'm still on the high from that because my family has some characters in it. Also, today I had a very interesting conversation regarding what I spoke to you all about last week on one of the episodes. It was about, we don't want anyone having to do a GoFundMe or sell plate lunches or anything of that nature to take care of our last and final moments above ground. So your girl Rain has been trying to get into how I can make sure that I don't leave that burden on my own family. It is very interesting to find out. I kind of knew certain aspects of how life insurance plays out, but I didn't know like in detail until I had a conversation with my new brother, Mr. Theo Jinks on Facebook, but his name is Theo Jenkins. He is a guru in my sense of how the life insurance, auto insurance, home insurance type situation goes. God has been placing me in the path of a lot of different people who know a little something about a little something, and I believe that that's always important to be linked up with those type of situations. So your girl Rain, one thing you might not know about her is that I have gotten bitten by the side hustle, more than one stream of income type of bug. So I've been researching and trying to figure out which one of those particular avenues work for your girl Rain. I just became my own business owner. I opened my own particular store, an e-commerce. Had no idea what I was doing. I have my little grandson here. He want to try to be the co-pilot in the background. He want to know what's happening, so don't mind the little voice you hear back there. He's running around playing and talking to his G-mom at the same time. But anyway, I guess I should say for my tried and tested Tuesday scenario, on Saturday, your girl Rain had her first ever full out Zoom type interview of any real merit to it. I was very nervous. The enemy tried to make me be afraid, but God doesn't give us the spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. So I was able to, the finance man, Mr. Sir Isaac Epps himself, from at Isaac Epps Official on IG, and it was we're going to have a part 2 because he had so much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding about the finance world, starting up a business, the things you need to know about starting up a business, some things that they might try to tell you that you should do or how you should do it. Excuse me, and this, that, and the third. And since I am a brand new business starter, some of the mostly everything that he he said and spoke about was something that was in my wheelhouse. So the try part of my TNT for today was that the enemy tried to make me afraid. The enemy tried to steal my confidence. Also during this week, I felt like I wasn't maybe possibly following the path that I know that God placed me on. I felt like maybe, just maybe, I misunderstood the assignment that God gave me. But I also felt like, nah, it can't be, because when God sends you somewhere, or he has an assignment for you, he always gives you the provisions that you need to do those things. So to me, I felt like because he had been placing certain people in my path and allowing me to add certain people to my circle, was him making provisions for me. Even if it meant that I still didn't have a sale in my store, I still only had window shopping, or I still only had X, Y, and Z going on, that doesn't mean that I'm not doing what God told me to do. Sometimes you gotta go through the valley before you can get to the mountaintop. It just is the process that you have to go through, the journey that you have to take. The children of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 years. So many of them died and never made it to see actually in fruition the promised land. So who am I that I should be different? You know, sometimes you just have to go through trial and error. And a lot of things that I got from Sir Isaac and I's conversation was that I needed to put more thought into how I market the things of Rain's world. So that's my try, is that the enemy tried it, but that's not how God works. When God favors you, when God calls you, when God predestines you, which in the Bible it says that he predestinates whom he calls. So that means that you are already destined before he even got a chance to call you. So it's a fixed fight. You know, Jesus has already paid the ultimate price for anything that the enemy tries to throw at me or you. So why should I fret? Why should I be worried? Why should I be afraid? That's just not how any of this works. So when it comes down to the tested part, which, you know, I like to do the tested as in I tried. Sometimes I'll try something, a product or something. I'll be tried. That's where the try part of TNT comes from, and then the tested part comes from I'll test out a theory. I'll research something, and I'll try to see if I can debate the thesis of that particular situation. So for me, my tested was I didn't allow the enemy to steal my voice. I didn't allow the enemy to steal my confidence. I didn't allow the enemy to steal my peace, even though he'd been trying to come for my peace, joy, comfort, and all of those things all this week. So that lets me know that I must be on the right path. That lets me know that he knows that he has basically lost another daughter of the king. First of all, you never lost me because you never had me to begin with. I might have been playing on your side for a little while, but that wasn't gonna never work, because just like I said today on Tuesdays, my family prays. I come from a praying family on both sides, so I don't know what the enemy thought he was doing. This is just not how God works, right? So he tried it. I know that he allowed me to push forward. He allowed me not to get distracted by the sound of the wind or the sound that the enemy was trying to throw at me, whether it be a family member, whether it be a spouse, whether it be an email from a job. You cannot allow the distraction of the enemy to get into your ear, to get into your eye, to come into your mouth. You have to be careful the things that you speak out. You have to be careful the things that you listen to, the things that you look at. Any little nook, crack, or crevice that the enemy thinks that he can use to get into your situation, to still kill or destroy an assignment that God has given to you, you have to know that how to fight those things. That's why the Bible says put on the full armor of God. Like, you have to be able to put on the full armor of God sometimes, mostly every day, to fight against the things that the enemy is going to try to throw at you. So my testimony is he tried it, he failed. He tried it, he failed time and time again. that interview turned out to be amazing, because what I like to do is, even like right now tonight, before I speak to you all for a TNT, for an M&M, for a Say It Ain't So Saturday, anything that I try to speak to you on, I ask God to allow me to decrease and Him to increase in me. Now, one thing I know that I am going to have to start really seeking God on is that during family prayer, a lot of times I feel like I should pray, but I feel like if I'm praying by myself, not in front of the family or not in front of the church, maybe not on a prayer line, that I'm not the best prayer. But I don't think that there's no wrong way to pray. It's just that that's something that that's another test that I need to that's another tried that I need to get over. Another trial that I need to take to God in prayer and allow Him to help me, pass that test. So many different people are recognizing your girl Rain just for being who God created me to be. With my locks, raggedy or rough or straight and prim, whatever you want to call it. With my nails long, acrylic or not, just the way God created me, I'm good enough. And that's something else that the enemy has been fighting me on, or trying to fight with me on. I always did love myself, but now that I'm actually going all the way with God, like, I'm not perfect. I still smoke cigarettes here and there, which I am begging for God to take from me. I still drink wine from time to time. I still might have colorful words that come out of my mouth from time to time. I still have the tendency to want to grab my knees, but because I know that I'm on the right path for the first time in my life, I understand that, God is bigger. He's bigger than anything that I will face while I'm on this assignment. Every time God gives me an assignment or gives us an assignment, you have to understand and remember at any given moment that God is going to be bigger than any worker of the enemy that's going to try to come for your situation. Like my girl at Tamar Braxton says, try me not. Like, the devil should have killed me when he thought he had a chance, but he didn't, and I'm going to keep moving forward. I need you to understand that just because you decide to start living your life according to at your best ability, living according to what God says for you to live, but you're stumbling, but you're falling, but you're backsliding, but you feel like you're inadequate. Please, ma'am, please, sir, my sister, my brother, my cousin, know that that's what God's grace is for. That's what God's mercy is for. That's why you have the angels to encamp around you and raise you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. That's why you need God's grace and mercy. I lost my train of thought, but that's not how any of this works. I just want you to remember that if you're not doing something right, if you're not saying something right, if you're not on the right wavelength, on that straight and narrow passageway, the enemy would not be trying to fight you. There is something that God placed directly and specifically into you that the world needs, that the family of God needs. He created you special for a reason. You are not supposed to be like Juanita Bynum. You're not supposed to be like Pastor John Gray. You're not supposed to be like Michael Todd or Natalie Todd. You're not supposed to be like Aventer Gray. You're not supposed to be like anybody else. You're not even supposed to be like your mother and your father. You're supposed to be the designer original that God created you to be. You are not going to be for everyone. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. You're not going to fit into everybody's thought of how it should go. And also, everyone is not going to understand the transition or the shift that God has you in. As long as you know that you're in this transition, as long as you know that you're in this shift, and you understand that God is taking you on this shift for a reason, please do not allow somebody to make you feel inadequate, because you're not inadequate. You are just where you need to be for God to be able to get the fullness out of you. you're just right for the picking, shall I say. Like for me, I wanted to make sure that if and when I decided that I was going to stop running, because I had been running for decades, that I wanted to be one of those people that somebody can say, well, I seen her when she was maybe lukewarm, straddling the fence, twerking on the party wagon, whatever. And I see her now, and the way that she looks now, and the way that she acts now, and the way that she smiles more now. I used to hardly ever smile, but I found myself smiling now. I don't even know I'm smiling. You know, people will say, girl, what you smiling for? I'm like, who what you talking about? Who's smiling? I don't know. But you have to do what God is telling you to do. You have to make sure that you be about your business. It's time for us to get our business straight. Okay? Like, it's just time for us to get it together. Like, we've done everything else. Y'all see how crazy? Stay with it. Stay focused. My bad, I need to stay focused. But what I had to go through this past this past week for sure, was knowing that I know that I'm doing and I'm going and I'm progressing the way that God wants me to. I'm allowing the Holy Ghost to take over. You know, like, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. We have not because we ask not. But I know that when I ask God for strength, when I ask God for clarity, when I ask God to open a window and pour out a blessing, that there will not be room for me to receive it. I trust that God is going to do those things, but I have to do my part. We have to do our part. Faith without work is dead, and we have to do our part. So don't not do something that you feel like in your spirit is tugging on you, because you're gonna say, okay, Rain, you sure you want to say that to the people? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that? But then every time you want to try to go to sleep, God gonna wake you up and be like, didn't I tell you to do this? Didn't I not tell you to say that? Like, you have to do what you're supposed to be doing. And it feels so good when you're actually doing it. It's like you be excited about what's coming next. And this is what I learned. I learned that if I was posting and talking about ratchet behavior, if I was still the comeback kid, if I was still come here boy, let me holler at you, man, it would be so many different people watching. It's a difference to be a follower and a fan. Like, are you a follower or are you a fan? Now, with that being said, all publicity is good publicity. Because if somebody putting their mouth on you, and the negative are going to hear it and see it, and look for it, check on it, whatever. But I would rather, like the scripture that I read this morning for my devotional, I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of the Lord than to not be. I'm just paraphrasing. I would rather allow God to transform me into the fullness of who Rain is supposed to be than stay Shay and be lost. For whatever reason, I will be lost. I'd rather spend time with you, my rainbows, than not. I would rather let my light so shine before men and women and little children than to be trapped in darkness for my whole life. I would rather. So, I'm very thankful and grateful for every one of you all that spend the time to peep in on something I'm saying, that take the time to go back and watch something I'm saying. Please don't forget to follow your girl on Instagram at Randomly Rain, at Blue Rain Designs Co., at Rain the Truth on IG. Please don't forget to like or follow me and share anything that you might see on Facebook here. Also, please don't forget to check your girl's YouTube channel out. You can type in randomly rain, and rain is REIGN, not the regular rain that comes outside. Rain like you rain over your situation, your life. Type that into the YouTube and it'll bring up all of my videos. Also, if you need information about fixing your, because it's time to get our credit scores together. Your credit score, it applies to so many different avenues of your life. Holla at your girl if you need information about credit. Holla at your girl if you need information about life insurance, home insurance, auto insurance, all of those things. Holla at your girl for that. Holla at your girl if you want to learn any type of information about foreign exchange or stock market. Holla at your girl for that. Please take the time to look at your girl's store. The link is in my bio on any one of my social media pages. See if you like something. We got waist beads. We got mommy and daughter bracelet sets. We have earrings for folks, which is all your girl and God. We have t-shirts for men, women, boys, children. We have, what else? Oh, we have all of the creative things that you see on there are creative originals. Creative originals. All from other small businesses that God placed in. They are all design originals that can be duplicated and replicated if need be. Yeah, check that girl out. So, anyway, it's almost time for me to get back into this homework so I can be like my little big cousin at Ebony Stewart or at Gully Princess, whichever one you might want to know her by. That baby has a 4.0 GPA. I'm trying to be like her when I grow up, so I gotta go be about this homework. So, because I'm about to graduate college at 42 years old, your girl about to be a college graduate. Thank you, Lord. It's been a long 4 years coming, but hey. So, you know what it is, and you should by now, I pray, know who it is. It's your girl, Rain. Swizz up to all my rainbows out there. Y'all know I do everything that I do for the love of you. Please leave me comments or send me messages on topics that you think your girl should tackle. Any topic is okay. I do my episodes for you. So let me know what you think you want your girl to talk about. I've been getting some great topics. Thank you, Theo Jinx, for the no plate sale but life insurance topic. Thank you to my sister at Rachel Provost for the marital situation topic. Who else gave me a topic? Somebody else gave me a topic. Oh, to my forever co-pilot, Lady Wolf, Chance Woolfolk, thank you for that topic that you gave me. And thank you for my Petrie family for the topic that they... I want to send a big, huge, happy belated birthday to my godfather / uncle, Henry Powell. I love you. I love you. And God do too. Tomorrow is What's Happening Wednesday. I think I might have a special guest tomorrow, or 2 or 3. Who knows? We'll see. That's why you gotta tune in and see what's happening. So anyway, you know what it is. If you for sure know who it is, it's your girl Rain. Swizz up, double R. Love all you rainbows. Love God, love each other, and love yourself. It costs nothing to love. This is the season of love. This is the season of Jesus. So please take some time to love somebody. It costs no money. $0 to love somebody. What the world needs now is love and more love. Love and more love. Love and more love. Oh, more love. Love and more love. More love. Do. Oh, anyway. So, say he did. I'm out. Deuce out the roof. Man. Deuce out the roof. My little grandson is Deuce out the roof. Bye. Love y'all. Holla.